Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and welcome to Tales Unlimited. Today's battery prompt is number 76. A scarred slash disabled cop decides to get into the rap game. Out of spite, he proves himself to be better than any rapper ever. Hmm, okay, okay, huh. Black guy, grew up in the hood, natural born poet. And I mean, like 100 years ago, he might have been another Langston Hughes or something. If you gave him a reason to be a poet, little patronage, he might have been a decent poet. Instead, he grew up in the rap game, and listening to rap. 80s, 90s rap. That golden age, just before it becomes what it is now. Not to diss, but rap's kind of a multi-headed entity now, even more so than when I personally was growing up. But let's say this cop is like, as a kid, he had no intention of being a cop. He hated cops. He wanted to be a rapper. He wanted to be a rapper so bad. Oh, and his parents weren't having it. It's like, okay, you're going to go to school. You're going to get an education. You're going to get a real job, a real career. Leave this nonsense aside. And his life just kept being messed up by this and that. The dad leaves. The mom dies. He ends up having to like he was going to I don't know, he was going to do something with his college degree. He was going to get into like, social work or something like that. And just after he graduates from college, his mom dies of cancer and he has siblings to look after, so he becomes a cop. And so he gets his siblings out of the house, gets them on their respective lives, and by then the dream is just shot. I mean, he's a cop in the hood working the crap beats. He has no interest in being a rapper, but when other cops might drink or might hit the batting cage or something like that, he always does kind of sit down. He actually worked on his poetry, and he was actually kicking off books of poetry as under a pen name, and he wasn't selling anything like making any money. He was just doing it just to clear his head of everything he had been through. And he falls in love, meets this gal, has a kid young, um does not work out. As a matter of fact, she's cheating on him, and she just wanted him for the check, and she divorces him and makes his life a living hell. And his kid, he loves his kid. I mean, it's like the one shining spot out of that marriage was the kid. So he's paying the child support, he's being the good dad, and he's like, I'll never marry again. And he's doing everything he can for this kid. He really is. And then one day his son gets shot by a cop. Traffic stop, one of those classics. I thought he was reaching for a gun, man. Just driving in the wrong neighborhood. His son, a cop's son, gets shot by another cop in his city. And oh, that's where things get different. And everyone's just looking at him. I mean, he made the news. He made national news, and he never comments. He just refuses to comment. He does his therapy. He gets on with it. He finishes, getting better, getting, healing up, mourning on, goes back into the beat. Folks in the hood are like, ooh, stay away from that one. Because they just see he's mad. They just see the rage on him. I mean, only his partner seems to get it. Even he doesn't even talk to his partner about what he's feeling. But when he goes home, he's not writing poetry anymore. He is writing rap. He is writing the meanest, darkest, hardest rap. He has so much rage fuel, and he just, and it keeps him from just eating his own gun. And then on top of all this, off duty, he walks into a robbery like he's already earned his pension. He's like, okay, I like the badge. I have no regrets about being a cop. He gets shot, and he has to basically go on disability because like he got permanent damage to one of his arms. So he's like, damn it. And everyone's like, what are you gonna do, man? I'm so sorry. They're giving him a sob story. He's like, don't worry, I got a plan. Or, yeah, what's that? You'll see. So he gets shot, and he actually gives a statement. He basically says, okay, well, I walked to the store, da 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 da. By the way, I'm dropping my first album in about a month. I would be honored if you would show up at my live event. He actually plugs himself getting shot after getting shot and saving some civilians on local news, and it went viral. And so he just happened to have this venue booked. He just happened to have things set up so that by the time he got shot, by the time he gets out of the hospital, he is ready to spring launch his first album, just like that. Because the technology and everything's so good. Just a lot of calls, some begging, and he had money saved. The 18 years of child support he would have lost was scratched away by his kid getting shot at 17, 18. All the money he would have spent towards college, he had all his money saved up for his kid. His kid's dead. So he had all his money tucked away that he never told his ex about. And he puts it into himself. And he just starts rapping. I mean, hit after hit, track after track of everything he's seen. The poems were like a journal. He turns them into raps. And he had all these resources, and he just starts slinging. And he goes platinum and platinum and platinum and platinum and platinum. Everyone figured he would do one or two good albums, stop, fall off the scene. Platinum and platinum and platinum and platinum and platinum. We're talking maybe 23 years worth of poems, a lot of them long and convertible. And he just keeps on going, and he never looks back. But his arm's never the same. His left arm's useless. He's got scars on his face from like where he got shot. He's got all this damage here, and he uses it like fuel. Yeah, stay on prompt for this one, folks. There's something there. Okay, I'm Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited. Please check out talesunlimited.net. That's where the podcasts are, 2 of them. The Batchery Daily Prompt and the Disturbing Thought of the Day. Both go every day. And there are links. You hit the links for the books. They'll take you straight to Amazon. And on Amazon, you'll find them as print and ebook. So, what are these books about? Well, there's the Batchery series. Think 200 writing prompts and a little wisdom on how to be a writer. It's good for that person trying to write a novel. People sometimes spend years trying to write that first novel, and they have a hardest time because they don't have a system. Batchery has a system. You follow it all the way through, you will be able to write and sell books, build your brand, build your business while you're working on your first novel. How's that for different? And then on top of that, there's storytelling for anybody. I mean, from your evil GM, short story writer, game designer, comic book writer, screenwriter, or even a veteran novelist. Check out Batchery because 200 writing prompts are unusual. So even if you're a novelist and you know how to write novels, take an idea, flip it, might turn it into a 5-book series. Have at it. Also, there are anthologies, 2 of them. One is called Unheroic. It's about unlikely heroes saving the day. The other one's called The Book of Schemes. It's about schemes of varying stripes. They're both New School Twilight Zone, 25 stories to each book. Examples, all right, Unheroic. You know the masked serial killer who seems to be indestructible, always hunts people down? Well, this one's called Sledge Chain, and I won't tell you why. And he walks around with an imperfect fencing mask bolted to his skull, and he just turns himself in, gives up his life story, and he's patriotic. That's all I'm going to say, but that's your unlikely hero saving the day. As for schemes, again, all kinds of schemes, twisted schemes, diabolical schemes. Well, it's in the 50s. There's this big factory, and they're on the brink of having a strike. So what do? They go to a Chinese enchanter for assistance, as in mystical enchanter. And they've done business before. It's kind of murky how they've met, but the enchanter's like, normally when people come to me, they want someone dead or they want to cheat death, but labor strikes? Let's see what I have. Maybe I can help you. It's weird. And then there is the I Villain series, novels. Supervillain fiction, told from the perspective of Benjamin Clyde, gentleman fixer, dude in a suit. Pay him enough money, and he has the best mercs in the world to do whatever needs to be done. You want someone dead, saved, start a war, end a war. He has connections, he has talent, he has supervillains on his payroll. and he has worked for all sides of the law. Until one night, he's forced to shut down his business, fire all of his people, give up all of his assets over something he did. And to add insult to injury, he ends up having to personally fight crime, burger gut and all, in a place that's more dangerous than any city in the real world. This one's called Pillar City. It's the superhuman crime capital of the world, and he should be dead in a matter of days. So what does he do? He thrives. He thrives. By himself, he is saving the day. He is saving the world. And when he saves the world a few times, he's like, there's money here. And he starts taking out high order bad guys with his new business called iVillain. They go after the worst villains, take their stuff, and then move on to the next villain and the next villain and the next villain. Problem is, his business is a little bit too good. All right, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and this is Tales Unlimited. See you tomorrow.